Good evening, everyone. Oh, Mary's here. Hello. I'm so happy to be here. I missed my YouTube friends. Oh my goodness. I have missed you guys. I used to do a Tuesday afternoon. I'm just going to bend this a little bit. A Tuesday afternoon YouTube live tutorial, and I had a work scheduling conflict, so I couldn't do that anymore. Hey Marsha, but I was so excited. I definitely wanted to come on and do this card for you. Normally, I only do kind of one card that needs a little more instruction, and I save that for Wednesday. But this week I have two, and so I needed to pop on, and I kind of wanted to pop on. Maybe I was looking for an excuse. But anyways, okay, so I'm not going to do too much chit chat tonight. Normally I do my videos. I'm not going to tonight. If you're looking for a little more chit chat and updates and that sort of thing, tomorrow evening. I will say though, if you are looking for Stampin' Up updates, what's happening, where, who, what, where, when, why, any details, extra content, and my 5 free quick and easy card tutorials, you're going to want to go to, let's see if I can type this, freebies.jamieb.com. Okay. And that will get you my 5 free quick and easy card tutorials and my weekly email where I give you lots of information, more cards, details, all the jazz. Okay. So freebies.jamieb.com. I don't want you missing out on anything. Please join me. Who's here? Cynthia's here. Hello, Dawn, Amy, Diana from Kinston. Kinston. That's interesting. We have a Kingston here in New York. Kinston. So I have to make sure I pronounce that right. If you aren't familiar with who I am, let me just quickly introduce myself. I'm Jamie. I am here in upstate New York. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator for 6 years now. Fun facts about me. I love the fall, actually hate the summer. My favorite food is anything breakfast if I'm not cooking it, and I love stamping, but that's probably a given. Good morning, Margaret in Australia. Hey, Jeannie, Cindy, thank you everyone for joining. I am so happy to be here. Here's the card I'm making tonight. It's nothing, you know me. Anything I make is not going to be extraordinarily complicated and overly. I mean, sometimes I do things that need a little bit more explaining, but generally I keep things pretty clean and simple. That's kind of my jam. But I thought tonight's card needed a little bit of explaining, and I figured you'd want measurements. Okay, so that's the point of this video, to give you measurements. I'm going to walk you through. It's so ridiculously easy. You're going to be able to case the card so quickly and whatnot. So let me do a little zoop. There we go. So here's my card. Okay, all this week I'm featuring the Hello Ladybug bundle in all my cards, which I have to say didn't necessarily make my first cut of ordering, but I am having so much fun with this, and I definitely think you're going to want it. It is a photopolymer stamp set, which is great. It's see-through. You can get perfect placement with it, and it has the cutest little ladybugs. And wait till you see my card tomorrow over on my blog. You're not going to want to miss it, okay? Great sentiments, and it coordinates with a punch, which I'm sorry, you're getting a glare off my lights. If you are new to stamping, or if you have to like mass produce. So earlier, or end of February, I guess it was, I was giving out some team gifts and I needed a bunch of tags and a bunch of cards. And I thought, the heck with that, I'm going to use a punch. And so I actually used this set, because a punch, you can always just kind of whip them out, right? And they're super easy if you're just starting, and super user friendly and not much commitment as far as a purchase goes. Okay, so it coordinates with this. If I show you, it's gonna show the glare, but it is a punch, okay, and a photopolymer stamp set. Super cute, super cute. You're gonna want it. Now, if you don't have this particular product, we can still be friends, but you can easily swap out. Take the general layout, the sketch, the measurements of the card, and adapt them. Although I really think you're going to want this bundle. Okay, let me dive in. Let's get going. I have some cheat sheet notes for measurements and all the jazz. Okay, so here we go. I have Pool Party as my card base. Now, Pool Party, I didn't use anywhere in the stamping. It's literally just the card base. That's the only place that you see a Pool Party. I didn't want to do pink. I didn't want to do black, and I wanted to bring in kind of a nice, fresh, light color. The pink is very pink, and the black is very dark. And so the Pool Party, I feel like, kind of balances the colors. So the color palette that I'm using, let me grab my Pool Party, and I'll show you for realsies. Magenta Madness, Pool Party, and then our Memento Basic Black. Little plug for Magenta Madness. It will be retiring like really soon. Okay. It's a really great, bright, fun pink. Perfect for spring and just really happy. It makes me happy when I see that color. So get it while you can. Let me tell you, it is not going to last. As soon as that retiring list comes out, it is not going to last. Okay. And that's happening like really soon. So get it while you can. Okay. My card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. I had to think about it. Hello, Pamela from Florida. Better rain than snow. Not that we had snow. I actually went for a walk today. It was like, I think it got up to 50 today. I'm like, I'm going to go for a walk. And it felt so good. Oh, I scored this, but I guess I didn't have to score it quite yet. What I'm going to do is, now you could use a pencil. You could use a pen. Don't ask me why. I like to use the sharp end of my Take Your Pick tool. Maybe it's that I just like a challenge. I don't know. And what I'm going to do is measure 2 inches down and make a little tick mark. Okay. Again, you could use a pencil. You could use a pen if you want. I'm just going to make a little scratch using my Take Your Pick tool. I don't know why I do that. I could use a pencil. It would be easy. I don't know. And then what I'm going to do is using my cutter. Again, I apologize you're getting glares off my outlights, but I need them or else we'll be sitting in the dark as one falls. Maybe I'll just close it for a moment. Okay. Sorry if it got a little dark there. So what I'm going to do is measure, or is going to cut from that. Maybe I should mark it because you guys can't really see it. Do I have a pencil in here? Oh, I do have a pencil. I have a pencil with does that have a lead on it? Nope. Does this one have this one does. Okay, let me try that again because I can see my little scratchy mark, but you can't see my little scratchy mark. Let's try that again. So 2 inches. Okay. Can you see that now? Now you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to cut from my 2-inch mark down on a diagonal to the very corner of my card. You do the same thing. Good. That actually makes me feel like normal. Thanks, Cindy. You know what? I realized my phone didn't have as much charge as I would like to do a live with, so I have it connected to an external charger. So here's my cutting blade. I have the little tick mark down here in the one end of the cutting blade. And then I have that corner, that fold in the other one. And I'm just going to do a little cut, a lot of cut, a cut. Now, let me get my lights back up so that we have light on the situation. One of these days, I'm going to figure out lighting, and it's going to be amazing. Until then, the struggle is real. Okay, so this is what we've left with. And I have done a couple of cards like this before. I love an angled front. I didn't want to cut it. Why did I cut it? I cut it. You don't want to cut it. You want to score it. I've done a couple of these in the past because it just makes your card a little different, a little like, that's kind of cool. You do not want to cut. Don't do as Jamie. You want to score. Yeah, we got to 52, Kathy. That's like, hey, it's worth celebrating around here. Okay, let's try this again. We are not cutting. We are scoring. And of course, I have my dead pencil. Oh my gosh, this is what... Yesterday I did, what did I do? Oh, I did a live video for this kind of special group I'm in. And it was like mistake after mistake after mistake. And I thought, this is what happens when I try to do a live tutorial on a Monday. Apparently Tuesday evening isn't much better. Okay, scoring. We're going to score from my tick mark up to the corner. Score, not cut. I'll have to use that card for something else. Beautiful. That's what I wanted. Goodness gracious. So 2 inches down to the corner a nice score. And we're left with, oh, it's so fun. I love it. We're left with this. This kind of, I don't know what you call it. Whatever you call this is what it is. I was scoring a bunch of cards. Oh, yes. You know how many times I've done that, Cynthia? I actually have to almost like tell myself in my brain, score it, make sure you score it, make sure you score it, so that I don't accidentally use the cutting blade all the time. All the time. I feel the pain. Okay, so now we're going to do this kind of polka dot DSP. You can pick any DSP that you'd like. I'm picking one from the, good evening, Mary from Minnesota. Minnesota. I love how Minnesotians talk. Okay. The pattern I took is from the Pattern Party Designer Series paper. It's on page 171 of your annual catalog. This is a Hostess exclusive product, which means you can only get it using rewards from an order over $150. Okay. So if you place an order of $150, you're going to start to get Hostess rewards. And with the Hostess rewards, you can pick this as one of your items. Okay. It is $18. So if you place a $150 order, that will get you $15 in Hostess rewards, and the pack of paper will only be $3. What's beautiful about it, first of all, it's got like bajillion colors in it, which is amazing because you can pretty much find something for anything. But the opposite side is all black and white. Now, the brilliance of black and white is that A, you can leave it that way. B, you can color it with a blending brush. You could color it with a spritzer. You could stamp on it. I mean, I love black and white designer paper because you can do so much with it. What did Amy say? That's why I use the scoreboard. Yeah. You know what, Amy? I have my scoreboard, and I don't know what my kids did with my stylus thing. It's not there. I know I have one in my take your pick tool, but I moved it. I was like, where'd the little thing go? Anywho, so this is the polka dot one. It has a granny apple pattern on the other side, but I'm using the polka dot. Again, I'm a huge fan. So it's very well worth placing a $150 order and getting a huge pack of designer paper for just $3. Okay. So I have two patterns cut here. The smaller one is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm from New York. I know I talk fast. I'm going to try and give my measurements slow. 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. And then we have another one that is like a standard card front size, 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Those are our two DSP measurements. And what we're going to do, the first one is this is a rectangle, and I need a triangle, and I'm literally just going to cut the diagonal out of it. Okay. Off of it, out of it. Now, when I was doing my sample, I messed up. Okay. That's how I do it. You just have to figure out your angle. When I was kind of fiddling with this card and making it, I was cutting it. I don't know. I was cutting it the angle wrong. And so you just have to make sure it's lengthwise, and then, you're going this. Why do I keep picking up the pencil that doesn't have an end on it? I don't know. You want to go this way. Whoop, boop, right? Not that you can see that, but that's my little heads up. That was really for me, more for me than for you. Okay. So what we're going to do, same thing. We're going to find our cutting groove here. And this time I'm going corner to corner. Cutting. This time we are not scoring. We want to cut. So corner to corner. I think we're good. Except now I'm messing with it. Okay, ready? Hold your breath. Oh, I love when it works. Was that right? I feel like that wasn't right. No, that's right. Okay. I second guessed myself. So let me just erase my little arrow because whoever gets the card doesn't know that I needed a cheat sheet, so I know which way to cut my DSP. But I think I'm going to use liquid glue. You know how I feel about liquid glue. We kind of have a hate relationship with a little bit of a love in there, but mostly hate. But I like liquid glue because I can get in that very tippy tip, which is kind of hard to put like seal, right? Stampin' Seal. Okay, so this is going to go right there. Oh, I love when the measurements work. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okay, so for our panel that's 4 by 5 1/4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down. Nope. Hold on. Am I going down or am I going up? Hold on, hold on, hold on. I think I'm going up. I am. Okay. I'm going to measure up 3 1/4. 3 1/4 up. Now, you could also figure out what the opposite of that would be going down. Going down, I don't know if I can do that math. Going down, it's 2 inches. So you're either going to measure 2 inches down or measure 3 1/4 up. Now that I've royally confused you, let me say that again. We have a 4 by 5 1/4. You're either going to measure 2 inches down and make a little tick mark, or measure 3 1/4 inches up and make a tick mark. It's still the same thing, same spot that we're marking, just different angles. You love liquid glue, Diana. There are people that are huge fans. I just tend to get it like all over myself. It's definitely user error. It's definitely 100% me. I'm the problem. I squeeze, too much comes out. It goes all over my hands and I'm all sticky. It has its purpose, but I try not to use it too much. I got this. Oh, Cynthia. I don't do fun folds very often. Like rarely, honestly. And there's been plenty of times when I mess up measurements. Oh my goodness, how many times have I done classes or tutorials and I get the wrong measurements? I do it so many times. Okay, I digress. So I have my little tick mark there. But thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate it. And I'm going to put my other end, the corner end, over there. I'm going to do what we've been doing this whole time. Cutting. We're going to cut, not score. And this little bit is going to go under here. Oh, I love when it fits. That just makes my heart happy. Okay, this I'm going to go back to my seal because it's my adhesive of choice. And the seal and I, like, we got this relationship that the glue and I just don't. And we're going to adhere that. Oh, I guess it's a little low. I guess I could have gone a little higher with that. Oops. Don't commit. That's crooked. I guess my measurement is a little off. I'm a little short. Literally, I'm only 5'1". That was such a bad joke. It gets hidden though. I don't think you're going to notice it, but it looks like I should have gone a little higher. Quite honestly, I was just measuring. That says 3 1/4. That's so weird. And that's 3 1/4. I don't know. Maybe my thing is a little, nope, that's 2 inches. I'm not sure why that's a little off. But if you want it a little tighter, like if I was doing this and I didn't have that little flap to cover, I might want to go up, not 3 1/4, maybe 3 3/8 or something. You want to play with it a little bit. Okay, now we want to get this flap to stay down, but I kind of like that it gives it a little, sorry about that. It gives it a little bit of like a 3D look. So I'm actually going to use dimensionals to adhere that little flap down. Don't go too far in the corner or else it's not going to fold. So I'm going to put 3 kind of more to the right, not too close here, or else it's not going to fold over. Okie dokie. We're good. I'm looking at my thing. Yeah, we're good. We're just going to fold that over. Ta-da! Okay. It just... Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, we're good. I thought I messed up for a second. We're good. We're good. Okay, let's do our inside. So I have a panel, a basic white panel, 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to take, oh, I didn't put it on a block. I forgot this one. Hold on. I got to get my little cluster of flowers. I forgot to put it on a block. Okay, the cluster, the trio of flowers, we're going to stamp in the corner just once in that beautiful, vibrant, awesomeness, magenta madness. Now, here's a trick, okay? My ink pads always go drier in the winter and like super juicy in the summer, right? So right now, all my ink pads are like, we're dying of thirst. In the springtime, as humidity comes in, we'll be fine. But you're always going to have more ink in the corners. And so if your ink pad is a little on the dry side, Go to the corners. I feel like it's like go to the mattresses. Go to the corners. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. While I have my, well, no, we're not going to do my ink pad yet. Okay. So I'm going to add just a little dots. I love these little dots. Let me show you. These little guys here. Oh, they're so cute. So fun. And like one there. Maybe one up there. Yeah, why not? We'll put three. Three clusters of three. So fun. I love this so much. Okay, my charger is dying. I cannot help that now. Okie dokie. This gets adhered in the card. I dropped the block. Oh, and I got black on it. I got inky fingers somewhere. Oh, yeah, sure enough. Hold on. I got to pick it up. Okay. We're going to do the outside. To do the outside, we need a flower and we need a ladybug. We're going to use the punch. The ladybug's body is that one there. And he gets cut out, or she gets cut out of some basic black. This is why I love a punch. Like, so easy. Punch and you're done. And then we're going to do some stamping. So we're going to go back to that Magenta Madness. Super bright, super fun. And first we're going to ink up her wings. Okay. Hold on. But here's a little trick, okay? So when I'm stamping and I'm going to punch out, and it's like not a circle, it's not something kind of standard, I like to imagine how the paper is going to go in, right? The direction of the paper, okay? Because if it goes in like this, but I stamp it like this, it makes it a little harder for myself. Now, it's not impossible. You just flip it around. It's not the end of the world. But if I can kind of foresee how the paper is going to go in, it's going to go in. I don't want to waste. So I'm going to put it in the corner and I'm going to stamp it like this. Like this. It's going to be easier for me. So I always like to take a second and just kind of see which direction the punch is going in and sort of stamp accordingly. Gorgeous. Okay, now this flower may give me a little bit of a trouble because my magenta, I could have picked another pink. I just didn't want to, quite honestly, because I love this one so much. And then we're going to stamp the flower and he's going to get fussy cut. I got to give it a nice press. Gorgeous. Okay. We're going to add some black dots to the ladybug's wings. Easy enough. Easy peasy. Okay. And then I'm going to use that same trio of little dots to add a little dots on the inside. Now, there is a stamp that you could stamp the inside with. It kind of matches, right? They kind of line up. I don't know. Kind of wanted to do the dots. I was kind of feeling the dots. Scissors. I'm going to cut my flower out first, and then we're going to put the wings in the punch. So if you're new, you're going to want to hold your punch almost what feels like backwards. It doesn't feel like you should be holding it this way, but you can see, you can get exact placement so that when you punch, it comes out. You're not guessing as to where that is. Sharon, I just keep it real. This is just who I am. I don't know. Half the time I don't know what's up, what's down, what's happening, but I have fun doing it. And then we're going to do some fussy cutting now. Okay. Let's just talk about fussy cutting for a second. I know it's not everybody's thing. I get it. And I don't ever want you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable or that you like doing, because this whole paper crafting is all about having fun. And so if you're not liking it, you don't like doing it, that's fine. However, I want to encourage you to try to make an effort to practice, because you will find the more you do fussy cutting, you kind of fall sort of into a groove and it becomes easier. Practicing it really does help. So don't completely give up hope. Don't give up hope. Don't throw in the towel. Just keep practicing. You need super sharp scissors. I love our paper snips. I'm a huge fan. They're nice and small, so they get in like tight spaces real easily. And you're going to notice that my right hand is pretty steady. It's just opening and closing the scissors, while my left hand is the one that's kind of weaving the image in and out. So keep the scissor hand. There is a punch for the flower, Nancy, but I didn't think it lined up. I don't think, did it line up? I tried to line it up and it wasn't lining up. Did I not give it enough of a try? So possibly could be true. But anyways, I don't mind fussy cutting. So apparently the punch does work. Okay. Okay. But it doesn't line up with the stamped image, right? I know for sure the large one doesn't, because I tried and it didn't work. Maybe the smaller one works. I would give it a try, but mine is all the way on the other side of my room here. I keep my punches in a separate spot. Okie dokie. Yes. So if you aren't fussy cutting, there is a daisy punch and a medium daisy punch, which would stamp out a great, beautiful. There's an older, smaller one. Oh, does it work? I have that one. I didn't try it, to be honest. I tried the large one. But then again, I don't mind fussy cutting, so I don't mind. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do, liquid glue. I use it. It's all going to be okay. It's not going to go everywhere, hopefully. I'm just going to put a little bit here. The wings kind of overhang a bit, so I don't want to load it with glue. And honestly, that little bit of glue there will really hold it in place. It's going to hold it in place. All right, one of my kids just came down here. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Okay, now I have the Simply Elegant trim. I have used this stuff so much. Okay, it is comes silver and gold. I'm all out of the gold because, quite honestly, I stamp with gold all the time over Christmas. So all I have is the silver, which is fine because that's what I was looking for. But this stuff is amazing. It kind of has a life of its own. Kind of. So you kind of have to just be patient with it and kind of talk sweet to it, and hopefully it does what it wants you to do. But I'm going to wind it around. So I'm going to put a little seal right there, just enough to hold it in place. And then I do find cutting it ahead of time helps. Now, I normally don't do this with ribbon because I don't like to be wasteful. And I usually make the bow and then trim it, because then I'm not cutting too much. But with this trim, and it kind of has a life of its own, cutting it first will help you. So what I do is I just lay it over and I catch the adhesive, and then I let it sort of do its thing. I'm not really, I want it to be friends. So I need to just let it be. And then I kind of let it wrap again. And then I catch the adhesive again. And then I kind of flip it over. Do I like the way it looks? Yeah, I kind of like the way it looks. If not, you can pull it off and just keep starting again. I am finding that my adhesive isn't holding it down. So give me a second. I'm going to take a little bit of tear and tape and just show it who's boss. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. You're kind of in my neck of the woods. I have a couple of team members in Connecticut. Hold on. I cut it too big from one extreme to the next. Okay. Come on. Come on, Mr. Trim. Stay put. So you got to talk to it. Okay. Let's give it a little bit of a haircut. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Now, if you didn't like it, just pull it off. Pull it off the adhesive. It's not like super in place that you can't move it at all. Okie dokie. I really wish this was a little over here. There we go. Where's my card? Here we go. What's happening? Who's in charge around here? Okay, I'm going to just put that there so it stays put. Okay, so my flower is going to go in the corner. And because I have this trim behind it, it's pretty elevated. So to go ahead and just use regular adhesive down there, it probably wouldn't do it. So I'm going to use some mini dimensionals and kind of put it around that trim. They're sticking to me. everything, the backings, everything's sticking to me. Just like that. So it's kind of a hot mess, but nobody's going to see that. I am in New York. I'm in upstate New York. Upstate New Yorkers don't like it when you say we're from the Big Apple. I am from upstate New York, just outside Albany. I think I want to go that way with it. This one right here is being very stubborn because I want it to go that way. Okay, we're going to go like that. Except it needs a little bit more of a haircut. Okie dokie. Next, we're going to put our little, he's so cute. The ladybug is so cute. We're going to put some dimensionals on her. You know, 2. She's not that big. You don't need a bunch. We lived in Binghamton and Oneida. Nice. Yeah, that's more out west than me, but same sort of neck of the woods. Small world. I love it. See, that's what the amazing thing about stamping. Sometimes when I pause and I kind of step back and I think like, oh my gosh, there's people literally across the United States, Canada, North America, across the world that I would never have met otherwise outside of stamping. And what an honor it is just to kind of have our paths cross and I don't know. It makes me feel almost like in awe and very, very, very appreciative of stamping and all that it has afforded me. Okie dokie. Those are all down with dimensionals. We're going to do the sentiment. The sentiment is super lean and small. So I'm just going to stamp it in Memento Black on the bottom of a scrap white. Like that. I'm going to trim it. Don't think I'm leaving it like that. I get asked this question a lot, especially on Instagram. Why do I stamp first and then cut? Because honestly, I find it easier because it's easier to stamp on a bigger piece and make sure I stamp. I don't know, something like my eyes just adjust better when it's on a bigger piece. And I just find, except my end isn't straight. Hold on. I gotta get a straight edge there. I find it easier to stamp and then cut when something's super, super small. Just what works for me. And then I'm going to cut a banner because I love banners. Oh, thank you, Carol. I love banners. I love banners. I could cut every single sentiment and have banners in all my cards. I really, really love banners. I'm a sucker for a banner. I can't help it. Okay, so what I like to do, that one's a little off. Okay, what I like to do for a banner is I cut up the middle, sort of halfway, if you can gauge it, and then come from one angle and then another angle. And then the same thing, cut up the middle, more or less, and then come from one angle and then the other, like so. Okay. And I guess I put him down with dimensionals too. I just had a look at my sample. I didn't remember. Okay, so then this was like that. You're from Illinois, just across the state line from St. Louis. I love it. See, we're all over the place. And how incredible is that? It's like makes me just say, wow. It really, really does. I think it's so cool. Sentiment, we're just going to put down here-ish or wherever you think. I mean, even up here, I played a lot. Like I even thought about putting it on an angle, like on the flap, which I think would be kind of cool. I don't know. I went with conservative and keeping things, that is not straight, keeping things simple. Put them on the bottom there, but have fun with it. There's so many different things you could do. And then to bring in more of the silver, although it's not silver, it's rhinestones, but something more blingy and picking up the color. Oh, hey, Vicki, where in Pennsylvania are you? I have family in Pennsylvania. I have family in Harrisburg. I have family in just across the border into New York. Okay, so we're going to add some rhinestones because they're fun. I mean, if we're going to use silver trim, we have to add a little bling. I'm trying to think what I did, but I don't think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do a little different. I don't want there. How about there? Thanks so much, ladies. Feeling the love. I'm feeling the love. Okay, so this is what we're left with, okay? Something, it's simple. It's not over the top, but just by having that simple fold kind of flap in, it just adds such a nice little, that's going to bother me. I'm going to have to do something. Do you see that? I did a little smidge there. Just by adding that little folded piece makes it so interesting and different. And I'm loving, loving, loving this Hello Ladybug bundle. If you do not have it, you're going to want it. You can thank me later. And if you don't, you can certainly adapt the idea and make it work for other product that maybe you already have on hand. Okay. Let me just do this. And there we go. Okay. So just a reminder, freebies.jamieb.com will get you my 5 free quick and easy card tutorials. It'll also get you my weekly newsletter that I fill with just information, sales, upcoming things that I think you should know about, tips, tricks, all the things. And if you are looking to place an order, you can also just go to jamieb.com. You'll find all my links, all my goods, all my everything is over there. If you want to get a hold of me, you can do that as well. So thank you everyone so much for joining me here on YouTube. This has been so much fun. I might just make this sort of a regular thing because I missed you guys over on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow night over on Facebook. I'll miss you. Come join me. Okay, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye. Good night.